It's certainly not every day that you see a weather chart like this here. We've got snow as far south as Brownville, Texas this morning. We've got the first snow in Corpus Christi since 2004, as well as Galveston. First snow in downtown Houston since December of 2009. So a pretty rare morning across the Texas Gulf Coast. Thanks for clicking on to the Thursday edition of Vogan's European Outlook, or should I say the US Outlook. We do have a frontal system and a developing area of low pressure along that frontal system. Heavy rain to the south in the warmer, and of course cold breaking out and snow breaking out on that boundary here in the north, the cold side of the system. But like I say, we've had snow breaking out across places as far south as Brownsville, about as far south as you can possibly go in the United States, with the exceptions of Key West. And of course, we've got heavy snowfall in the mountains of North Mexico as well. As we go through the next 24 hours, that the snow system will continue to track northeastwards, leaving the Gulf Coast of Texas. We've had heavy snowfall, which will continue, I think, through a good chunk of the day across Louisiana, in the south and central Mississippi, North Alabama, North Georgia. Heavy snowfall will start to break out in the Carolinas as well. And then, as a coastal feature develops, once the system gets offshore, we're going to see heavy snowfall and the first accumulating snow for the I-95 corridor stretching from DC all the way up to Boston. So you can see here, as I skip through, you can see here the snow eventually starts to clear completely from Texas, from Louisiana. May get some snowflakes in the New Orleans area, Mobile, Alabama as well. May see some snow as that system pushes out. But you notice here that the area of low pressure starts to develop here, coastal low, and we are going to see in advance of that moisture getting wrapped into the cold air that's sitting over the southern Appalachians. We could be seeing, I wouldn't be surprised if we see over a foot of snow in the North Georgia mountains, the western Carolinas, and also eastern Tennessee. And then as that system continues to track north, we'll start to see the snow filling in over DC, Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York, and eventually Boston as well. So the first snowfall of the year here. And at this current stage, by the time we get out to Sunday morning, we're going to be talking about the coldest air getting driven all the way into North Georgia, the Western Carolinas, Eastern Tennessee. Interestingly enough, the lowest printed figure for Sunday morning of the model of the GFS is actually in North Georgia, believe it or not. Something you don't often see. Now, I'm not saying the coldest temperature in the nation is going to be in Georgia, but it's showing in terms of the printed numbers on the chart, it's showing the lowest number in North Georgia, which is 9 degrees. So with clear skies, lighter winds, and of course a very deep snowpack, we could be talking about some very, very significant cold come Sunday morning. That feature will eventually clear out, and we could be talking about the coldest air, of course, pushing further east into the I-95 corridor here. But you can see here, as I skip forward, uh, temperatures will probably be along the, particularly so across Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. The temperature right along the coastline is going to be into the 20s if you see that there. And there's what I'm talking about here, 9 degrees in North Georgia here, right along the Georgia South Carolina border. Wouldn't be surprised if we get near zero in Mount LeConte in Tennessee actually from this. So very interesting weather over the next 48 hours, that's for sure. So that's it for today. Very short and sweet. Hope you have a good Thursday, and I'll be back in the next couple of days with more information. Do check out the written post available later. Bye for now.